Today I want to talk about the last question for buy and sell stock. This is the fourth problem, and this problem is to limit your complete at most K transactions. And previously I solved the problem with at most one transaction, at most two transactions, and at most no limit any transaction, and it's unlimited times transaction. So from this problem, and I need to summarize the common rules for transaction, and I also want to use a graph to explain it. And sorry, similarly, I had a curve in the start and the end day for this curve, and the stock curve will be has some fluctuancy curve. So some is increase, and some range is decrease. This is a the curve, fluctuation curve. And let's assume this one. For this one, this is I day. For I day, this is the stock price. For this one, and I think I have a two status. One status is uh, a has a stock, and another status no any stock. And for if I have a stock, the status is I want to in this day I want to have a stock, and I want to have a stock. It means I will want to buy a stock, and no any stock, and I will sell my current stock. So if I want to get the buy the stock, and the status can depend the previous status. The previous status will be previous yes stock, and another status is previous no stock. And in this day, I will buy any stock. And for similarly, uh, for this current day, I will sell stock. That means it depends the previous two status. One status is previous no any stock, and right now I also still keep no stock status. And the previous has a stock. Current day I need sell the stock. So for this status, analysis, and I can to define our common uh, dynamic program status. So I will return my issues, and I will define it. So the DP is include two dimension. One dimension means the day, and another dimension is a current status. Current I need to reach the status. So the yes, I need to get the state. Another DP I need has a 2DP mention, two array, two dimension array, and to represent the different status. Yes, it means I need in current day hold a stock. So the max, it depends the two previous status. The previous status is dp I plus 1, and the no stock, and I will buy it. And if I have the stock and I only hold this status, So similarly for the hold, and I will have a, yes, I hold a stock, and currently I will sell it. And if previous I not hold any stock, and I will to hold this status. So for consider the current issue is at most key transaction. So I need to add the add additional dimension to check the key. So let's use a J represent the current day, and want to hold the stock and not hold the stock, and with a J transaction. And right now I will to hold the previous. I hold the buy transaction is buy, and the J plus 1 transaction, and also to J. Yes, no hold not to do any transaction. And the second is when I hold use a J and sell it, it's also transaction. And this one transaction. So from this status, I need to optimize it from the two. This is a two-dimension dynamic, and I want to dynamic program, and I want to reduce the two-dimension, and also can reduce the one dimension from this one. And I can, because the I plus I, it depends the I plus 1, and I can use a older status, and to reduce the two dimension as a three dimension as a two dimension. So that is depends, and for generate a two dimension, and reduce the I and the dp, old dp. I will define the old dp, dimension previous, and old dp. This will be reduced as a two dimension, and also I can continue to reduce the one dimension. One dimension is for the yes and the no, and I use a two number array to represent. So we can define a for the DPS, and for DPS I use a hold to represent, and the DP no use a cell to represent. So that means I can reduce it in the hold one dimension array, and then it's a hold, and hold sold. No, DP no is sold. DP no is sold. Hold is a hold. Hold yes, DP yes is a hold. And also I use a sold means the DP no. TP no is no stock. No stock. I will show the status represent. And yes, use a hold. And no is a sold. So that means I can get the two-dimension to or two one-dimensional array, and I can implement it, and I can try it, and into the length is a precise size, and the DP use the hold equals int sold, and auto hold is vector.
我刚在群里面聊，
auto
张帆跟我讲，